morning. Well, it might not be morning for you, but it is morning for me, so good afternoon or good time zone. Anyways, we're gonna be doing January today, which is very exciting. So this theme is gonna need a little bit of context first. So when I was first thinking of like the general themes that I could do for the year of 2023 and just having like a new bullet journal and everything, I was like, should I have like a common theme for all of the coming months? Because I think that would be interesting. And then it came to mind that I was like, oh, every month could be themed off of like a Disney story or like just a random fairy tale from our history and stuff, not just Disney. And then I was like, all right, that's an interesting take. And then moving on, I was like, but like the only thing that was coming to mind for like January was like Frozen, and like I love Frozen, but I just don't feel like drawing more snowflakes and things like that. And it's just, wasn't really my vibe. So then I was like, oh man, now I'm stuck. But I found a solution. And basically the main guidelines that I am following, which you don't need to follow any guidelines for your bullet journal, this is just a fun little twist that I'm adding for me personally, is that every month will be based off of a piece of media. So media is a bunch of different things, obviously. So it could be a book, it could be a show, it could be a movie, it could be a myth, it could be whatever you want. So instead of just having like a basic theme based off of like, a snowy forest, this would be more based off of like a book that I really enjoyed. So since I keep mentioning books, this theme is specifically inspired by A Court of Thorns and Roses, and I'm very, very excited about it. And this is specifically the setting of the night court in the nighttime, specifically, again, in Valaris. So we're going to be doing something like that, and like, just like a nice aesthetic, peaceful nighttime night court situation with like starfall and just, it's gonna be great. So if you haven't read the series, you can still definitely be doing this theme. It's, just very much about like nice, simple, gothic styled architecture a little bit with some mountains and like stars and stuff like that. So it has a specific vibe to it, but if you vibe with it, then that's great. But yeah, that is my plan for this entire bullet journal. So I'm very excited to see what other pieces of media I choose to do all my other themes. I definitely want to do some Disney ones. I have a couple of ideas for some of my favorite Disney movies, and I have some other books I would like to do, and maybe also even based off of like some comics and some webtoons and stuff like that. And I don't know, I'm brimming with ideas, and I think it'll help me get through that art block that I sometimes get for some of the months. And yeah, I'm just really excited. So as you can see, as I was flipping through it, we're only doing 2 spreads today instead of 3, because I decided to combine the welcome page with the habit tracker and calendar page, just because I'm feeling, realistically, to be honest, I'm feeling a little lazy today. And I don't feel like doing 3 hours of recording, especially because I have a bunch of editing I need to do. But yeah, so we're going to be doing 2 spreads today: welcome page, calendar, habit tracker page, and then the weekly spread for the first week of January. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. Let's jump into a time lapse, and I'll be right with you right after. Okay, so this is what we ended up with. I went with the 3 mountains with the 3 stars because that is like a classic thing for this series, with just like some simple trees and stars up top as well. And then for the calendar page, I'm doing like an all black and white theme, which I have not done in a really long time. So I'm excited to see how the whole theme turns out, which is a big contrast to all the colors that I have going on for the main setup. But yeah, and here we have like the simple columns and shadows with the night sky in the background, which is also a very classic thing that always gets mentioned in the series as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this spread. Again, I'm keeping it really simple. I was debating whether I should just be coloring this entire floor black and shaded, and I might come back and do that. I'm not sure if I like the shadows very much because it's too stripy, and I don't feel like including a mid-tone gray because I feel like that'll look really wonky. So I'll think on it. I might end up coming back and coloring it, but I'm not sure yet. So we're gonna let it be for now. But for now, we can come and focus on doing the weekly spread, which I also, again, took inspiration of the pillars and just kind of did well, I wouldn't call it a fence. What are those called? Do those even have names? Like the things that you have like around like a balcony so that you don't fall off, you know? Like I have the word in my brain right now in French, but I don't have it in English. Whatever those things are called. But yeah, just one of those, and we're gonna have like the starfall in the background, and I think it'll be super duper cute. So let's do that. Alright, this is what we are working with. I honestly really love how simple it is, and I do really like how the, again, don't know the word, fence thing turned out with the little pillars, and like the brush strokes actually looks really cool with it as well. This is how the weekly spread turned out, and I'll just be writing like my tasks like up here or maybe in between the pillars. Nah, I'd be going on top and stuff like that. Really love using this style of border. I think it really just brings everything together really nicely. And I like how this turned out. Still don't know if I'm going to color this in. I think we're going to do it. Hold on. BRB. Alright, I am glad I did that. And then I have some white gel pens that I can use to write the titles of my habit trackers. And the middle part will be writing my events that are happening in January. And I think that pretty much sums it up. I'm gonna have to let that dry a little bit though, but yeah, so this is the calendar spread as well as the January welcome spread. And then we have the rooftop balcony situation with the Starfall event in the background. And I like it. I like it a lot, and I'm very excited to see what other types of spreads that I'm going to think about based off of this series. There are just so many options. Thank you for coming along with me. If you stayed all the way to the end, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. If you are also a bookworm, do leave some book recommendations in the comments down below. Maybe it'll be also one of my future themes. Who knows? I hope you enjoyed watching the simple process of creating this theme with me. And I hope I was able to inspire you to do maybe something similar. Go for it. I think it's really fun. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys all very, very soon. Bye, guys.